Ooh.
Tea time with Elaine. Hi YouTube! Welcome to Elaine's Corner. So this is my second video and I am so overwhelmed with all the love and the support from my channel and from the first video, and just as a new YouTuber, it's just overwhelming, but I am so grateful. In the first video, I actually mentioned that we were gonna talk to other healthcare professionals, and I am so excited because my first guest is Mercy, Nurse Mercy, but I call her Mom because she's my mom. And I'm just so excited to share her with you guys. Say hi, Mom. I had to beg and try to get her to do this video, y'all. So we're gonna do it, and she's gonna give so much insight because as a nurse, she's been in the profession. How long have you been in this profession?
30 years.
30 years. 30 years, y'all. 30
Before you
years.
were born.
Before I was born. I don't even know. I remember I would probably my third month into the profession, I was like, Mom, I don't know how you did this for so long, because I did this for 3 months and I'm already like, what's next? But I'm so excited. Mom, is it okay if I just ask you a couple questions?
Sure.
Okay. So first question is, what made you decide to become a nurse?
I didn't decide, but my mom, she decided it for me. It wasn't my intention to be a nurse, but I wanted to. We grew up respecting our parents, so I had to listen what she told me. So they sent me to outside my country. It was a foreign country where I did my nursing. It was hard, very hard. I'm telling you, I had transport there twice. I felt like just running away, but I had nowhere to go other than to stick in the nursing.
Yeah.
And just to give you example, my first day at work, I was assigned to take care of a patient who was dying, and the patient died on me after 2 hours when I started taking care of her.
Your first shift?
Yes,
Oh,
on my first
goodness.
day, first 2 hours. So guess what I did? I
What?
cried too. Because number one, I never saw a dead person. Number two, where we came from, we were limited to taking care of somebody who was dying because, cultural-wise, there were aunties, family members who we were surrounded with. And myself being a young kid, those were not my duty to do it, but I had to do it just by myself and the patient.
Wow.
Then from there, I said, this is my turning point. I realized by taking care of this lady who was in a dead bed, dying on me, it gave me strength that I can take care of my parents, anybody, if only I love the person.
Wow. So what do you think are some differences in the healthcare profession from when you started to where we are now?
It's a big difference. Because, during our time when we started, we were focusing more patient care, just taking care of the patient, and there was no we had a good relationship with our patients.
Yeah. Do you feel like you don't have that relationship now?
I do. And let me tell you, the other thing is we were more respected. Most of my life, I was never screamed at a patient. And you know, the white uniform we were wearing with a cap, we looked so smart. We looked more, we were more respected. And you know, we were not wearing pants, we were wearing dresses. In as much, most of our patients, they liked it and they trusted us. However, nowadays, more care is gone to the doctors. You can't, and most of the patients, they are so demanding and there is more politics. In our time, we never heard somebody suing a doctor or suing a hospital, but now it's just everywhere.
But Mom, if something was done to my family member as a patient and it was like a malpractice or a maleficent kind of act, we wouldn't sue?
Well, what I'm trying to say is, you know, now we are busy like a computer.
Okay.
You know, we spend more time in
chatting
than taking care of the patients themselves.
Yeah.
Unlike those times we were, you know, we had the chatting, but our patients were happy too.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I definitely agree. I feel like, you know, and it's hard, you know, for me especially, I started off when like all you had to do was chart. I started off with, we want to make sure we get our green checks. That's all I know. I don't know any different. I wasn't there when there was paper charting and nursing was different. Because I've heard from a lot of older nurses that nursing has changed.
Yeah.
So I think it's always a beautiful thing to hear and to kind of take advice from the older nurses and whatnot. So thanks for sharing that. But
let me give you one example. Even blood pressures.
Yeah.
You know, like vital signs, we used to feel the pulse.
Yeah.
We used to take the blood. It was more professional. But now we are using machines. You know, the machines are the ones which are taking.
And then when the machines fail, people don't know how to take a real blood pressure.
Yes. And when the machine is reading high, we just run to the doctor when sometimes the machine is wrong. But with us, you know, it was real. So I miss the old way.
What is some advice that you would give to newer nurses? Like, what's something that you would tell them as they're joining the profession, as they're starting out in their careers?
One thing which I would encourage them is nursing should not just be there as I'm looking for a job. Because, you know, during our time, we were not paid. We were underpaid. But, you know, we are dedicated to the job. So we were not looking for money, but we are looking for taking care of somebody.
Yeah.
Unlike now, they are looking for a job to get paid and to be paid more. As a result, the caring itself is not there. So I'm encouraging the younger nurses, don't just go to this career because of money, but be professionally ready to take care of the person individually, physically, socially, spiritually, and psychologically. So all the 4 basic needs of the person should be met when we are taking care of this. You know, now I see even a bed bath, they don't know how to even give a bed bath to a patient. It's part of nursing.
Yeah. It's true, yeah.
CNAs is true, they are there. We didn't have CNAs, you know, we had them, but we were doing the work by ourselves.
So you think that we should kind of get back to the fundamentals and kind of get back to the basics, essentially.
Unfortunately, I don't think it will go back there because things have advanced and, you know, with we are like now we are looking like, you know, we're just looking for points. We never had the points where, you know, somebody who will be hired calling families, how was the care? How was the, you know, what's the rate? How do you rate this person? You know, we are just looking for faults instead of just caring for the person. If we can just care, if we can give them, listen to them what they want, and, you know, even the family members, because, you know, the family members are also affected when it comes to nursing. When it comes to having somebody who is sick in their home.
Yeah.
So listening to them, take time to see what they want is far much better than everything, and things will move smoothly. We'll not even be hiring people to be calling, how do you rate the hospital? How do you do this? No.
Yeah, like the customer satisfaction.
Customer satisfaction.
Scores.
With the customer satisfaction is coming because the care is going down. And because of that, the patients also, they are becoming, you know, they have their own way of manipulating nurses. Nurses are not happy because we are kind of feel like we are misused. And the younger nurses now, because of that, they are getting overburdened faster, that they don't want to stay in the profession.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I felt like a lot of, as a new nurse especially, I felt burnt out kind of quickly. And that's actually why I started traveling, because I was like, I feel like there's just, management is too much, they want too much from me.
So when did you start getting burnout?
I would say I started feeling, girl, I started feeling burnt out like probably like 5 months in.
Oh, really?
But I also maybe, was it burnt out or was it more overwhelmed? I think it might have been overwhelmed. And then later on, I started feeling more burnt out, because then I was even talking to some of like my old co-workers, and they're like, yeah, we noticed the change in you towards the end. Like, you just kind of like, you know, before in the beginning, you're excited and you're happy and you're ready to go to work, and you're excited because you're wearing your cute scrubs and you can go to work. But then they said, yeah, we kind of noticed you just shift. So I don't know. Do you feel burnt out?
Well, like what I said, things are becoming harder and harder. However, you know, during our time, because of the dedication, commitment, we were just working, not being pushed to, or not getting worried what is the patient gonna say, what are the, you know, my employees gonna say about me.
Yeah.
So it was like we were at this.
So it was more so patient care and not so patient satisfaction.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Wow. Wow, that's real. But the last question I have for you, Mom, is how was it like working with me? Because my mom was actually a float pool nurse. I worked on a cardiac telemetry floor, and she would come and like they would float her to my floor, and sometimes we get to work together. And I loved working with my mom. I was like always excited. But she would kind of play me a little bit and not act as excited. And like, I don't know, like how was that like?
Well, number one, you know, that was a working place.
Yeah.
It's not like a showing off, but I was happy with the work. The only thing which sometimes you'll find that she's done and I'm not done. Because that's what I'm telling you, some of us were taking more time.
Yeah.
With them, they're just quick, as long as, you know, they're watching time.
Yeah.
To finish, and, you know, but I enjoyed it because I didn't You know, it's when it's the reality that is it true that, when the child was born, before she was born, I was already a nurse. Now she's a nurse also working with me.
Yeah.
It was something nice too. And sometimes working on the same floor. It was wonderful.
Yeah. Aw, it was really wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I'd always feel like I have to like check up on her though. And every time she'd be like, "Oh, I'm over this," I'd be like, "Okay," and she'd like hand me her antibiotic to hang or something because she was just over it. But thanks for coming on my channel, Mom. What are you doing?
Oh.
Thanks for coming on my channel. Thank you for, it took a while to get us here. I promise you, I had to beg, plead, and all of it. So thank you for doing this for me.
And thank you so much for inviting me to come to your channel. Because I didn't know what it was all about.
Aw, thank you. Like and subscribe. You guys know what to do. We'll do bi-weekly videos, so I will see you guys in about 2 weeks. Yeah, okay. Well, thanks for watching. Bye, guys. Mom, say bye.
Bye.